The reservation at Le Bernardel had been booked 3 months in advance for my father's 60th. 8 of us circled a table built for 12, empty chairs pale witnesses to years of fractures. I sat at the far end in a plain black dress Mom would call funeral chic, though the stitching alone cost a mortgage payment. To them, I was still Nadia Ellison, the daughter who'd strayed off the approved map and refused to settle. 60 years, Dad said, lifting his glass with ease. Didn't think I'd see this day, especially not with such a beautiful family. Our table did not. The air felt electric tonight. Mom, Elaine, immaculate after 35 years as a corporate wife, added, "To Graham, the most successful man I know and the father of 2 wonderful children." 2, not 3. Caleb soaked in it. His wife, Lydia, smiled. Their kids sat between them, perfect accessories. Ava, newly engaged to a hedge fund saint, completed the tableau. "And here's to family," Caleb said, meeting my eyes just long enough to sting. "People who share the same values." I tasted the Bordeaux Dad ordered, watched him flinch at the price, and filed away the wince. Money tells on everyone. "Speaking of family," Mom said, voice turning sharp as a paper cut, "Nadia, your father and I need to address something." I set the glass down. "Go ahead." "This phase," she said. "The downtown apartment. The job you never explain. Your refusal to join us. Really join us. I'm sitting right here. Physically." She folded her napkin with surgical care. "Otherwise, you've been gone for years." Faces I'd grown up with went still. Dad cleared his throat. "We can't keep pretending everything's fine." "You call it a phase," I said. "I call it a life I chose." "A life of hiding," Mom replied. "You drive an antique, rent a shoebox, dodge questions. It isn't sustainable, Nadia." "It's sustainable enough." "Then say what you do," Caleb pressed, "without the misty consulting fog." I'd learned the cost of telling them. Mention a contract. Dad warns about luck. Share growth. Mom worries it scares suitors. "I build software platforms for large enterprises," I said, giving them the smallest corner of the truth. "Software," Mom repeated, as if it rhymed with sewer. "And that pays your bills?" Dad set his glass down. "Security comes from partnership, family, respectable choices." "This is respectable," I said, "just not to you." Ava dabbed her lipstick. "There's no shame in struggling." "I'm not?" "Then stop pretending you're above us," Caleb said. "Until you align priorities, sit out family events. So I'm uninvited." "We're setting boundaries," Mom said, smile fixed. 2 children, not 3. The words cut clean. I took my purse. Other tables were listening. "Nadia," Dad said without rising, "don't make this worse." "You already did." I turned, and a shadow crossed the linen. A man in a dark suit stood at the host's shoulder, quiet authority. "Miss Ellison," he said, inclining his head, "your helicopter is prepped. We have clearance to the East Shore." Conversation stalled. The sommelier hurried forward. "Pardon, are you the donor from last week's hospital campaign?" "I prefer discretion," I said. "Of course. Thank you." "Marcus," I said, "did the cars arrive for Mrs. Patel and her kids?" "Waiting outside. Scholarships funded." I tipped the staff, generously, and walked for the door, the hush breaking into a low, astonished roar. At home, the rotors faded as my phone lit with missed calls. I powered it down and slept. Morning brought consequences. Reporters swarmed their street. Mom left voicemails sliding from frosty to frantic. Dad texted, "We handled last night poorly. Can we talk?" Marcus announced a visitor. Caleb entered my study slower than ever. He took in the awards, the photos, the blueprint of a clinic wing named for the nurse who'd saved my life at 12. "Why didn't you tell us?" he asked. "I did," I said. "You preferred the version where I was failing." He watched the ocean. "You're this." "I've always been this," I said. "You just didn't look." He swallowed. Dad's bonus got cut. The wince at dinner, money's tight. We were proud and scared. We aimed it at you. Fear isn't an excuse, I said, but it is a reason. He nodded. Mom wants to apologize, so do I. I accept, I said. On terms. Name them. Respect my life as it is. Ask before advising. No more erasing me when I don't mirror you. And family nights move. Here, bring the kids. They can load care boxes for the hospital. He smiled. They'll love that. That Sunday, they came. Lydia kept glancing at the stables. Ava asked about Grant diligence. Dad stood on the bluff with me. I thought security came from sameness, he said. You built something sturdier, purpose. I built a life, I said. He took my hand. Teach me to see it. Deal.